Hey, I just wanted to do a quick walk around of my 2018 WeeRoll from Ocala, Florida. I bought it in 2019, a 1-year-old from a guy in Ocala that used it just a couple times, and just wanted to give a walk around and talk about what I've got and what I've done to it. Let me flip the camera around. Yeah, so this is, like I said, this is my 2018 WeeRoll. They make them from Ocala, Florida. They're an all aluminum trailer. Everything inside and out, everything's aluminum. You know, dry, everything else out of it was 900 pounds. So I'm thinking it might be around 12 to 1500 pounds. But I have got no issues with it being pulled by the 4Runner. It pulls it great. What they basically do are sell trailers that are all aluminum. There's not a whole lot of build out on the inside. So there is no kitchen setup or anything like that in the back. It's basically a big open box that lets you do what you want to do. But what's nice about it, like I said, so it's all aluminum. The roof is all one sheet of aluminum that starts from the very bottom and is bent all the way around. They do cut this model out. They cut out a hole for basically sliding in a 5,000 BTU AC unit. And then like for the winter, I basically take the AC unit out and I've replaced that portal with another one that I use, a Chinese diesel heater, and that's how I heat it in the winter. But yeah, so this is it's a 5x8, and as it came with a Dexter torsion axle, and I had a problem with one of the spindles, and so I ended up changing it out and doing a timbering axle-less axle, and in doing that it did give it a little bit of a lift. But yeah, so it's on the bottom side, it's like 24 inches of ground clearance, which is well more than what I need. Originally, the spare tire was just floating in the back. They didn't have a mount for it underneath or anything like that. So what we ended up doing is it did come with a trailer hitch underneath, and it was only set up to be able to carry like bicycles. We ended up putting a steel plate. That's one of the few things that is still here that will allow us to carry like a Willis trailer hitch on the back that we can carry firewood or whatnot. And then we also added this swing out tire rack that holds the full-size spare. That's also metal that we've added to it. On the outside, I did all of the LED lighting. When I got it, I decided I wanted to strip it all down on the inside and rewire everything. It did have a shore plug right there that ran in on the front and then on the rear side on the inside. But I wanted to basically rewire everything and put a lot of the wiring in the ton box. It came with the ton box from the guy that I bought it from, but it wasn't mounted, nothing was in it. And so I ended up mounting it and converting it to basically a battery box, and then also just a random stuff for camping. So I've got like wheel chocks, I got the DIY battery that I've got set up, a charger, and I also have the aux beam switch controller in here. And then I also added this plate here that will allow me to carry, this is a 2200 wind generator, and that's where I carry my Chinese diesel heater in the winter. And so I just take that out, and that plate allows me to strap down, you know, whatever I want to up front. We also changed out the standard style hitch for a lock and roll. It's been working out pretty good. I didn't realize the smaller Zert fittings were greasable Zert fittings, and so it's getting a little bit worn out. It might be time to replace. That's a little bit on my to-do list of things that are coming up. Let's take you on the inside and give you a quick look around. Right now, it's currently set up basically for a couch. Let me zoom all the way out so you can see this. So this is basically a full-size tri-fold bed that's a 4-inch thick mattress. And right now, it's like I said, it's set up for a couch, but it does fold down flat, and it goes all the way to the back door and hits basically the air conditioner. So like I said, this isn't set up for a galley in the back or anything like that. It's mainly for us to sleep in. We cook outside the 4Runner and outside the camper and whatever else, but this is basically it. So I added a lot of LED lights that goes along the top, and then I replaced all these, put several outlets in various places, and just to give me a little more functionality of, you know, what I have in here. And then I also added a shelf, and this is where I've got the aux beam switch panel mounted to. So I ended up doing an all-purpose box and then mounted the switch panel to it, and then also added some 12-volt sockets so I can change out what I want running in here. And That's the white portal. Like I said, you slide that, basically you pop that out, it goes on the outside, and you can take this 5,000 BTU unit and slide it in, and I tell you what, it'll run you out of this place. It gets so cold. And anyway, just got some generic stuff for shelving and whatnot in here. It did come with the floors, this vinyl type wood floors, and it did come with the wood on the walls and the ceiling. The only thing I ended up doing, like I said, when I gutted it, I pulled everything out, rewired everything, and then in the walls and the ceiling, and actually in the floor, I did 1/2-inch closed cell foam. So if you notice, there is a little bit of a lip now because the floor came up 1/2 inch. So I put in an aluminum rail, which actually works out pretty good. Covers that up, and it's nice insulation all around. It gets pretty warm in here and get pretty cold depending on the seasons. Yeah, so it's inside is pretty much plain Jane. There's not, like I said, not a whole lot going on. But I just wanted to give a walk around to see what you think of it. Unfortunately, they don't make this model anymore. They do make some other ones. Like I said, this was a 2018. I bought it 2019, so it's basically it's a 5-year walk around or review. I hadn't had too many issues out of it, like I said, other than the axle, but that really wasn't their fault. I just had a bearing that went bad. And other than that, I haven't had any kind of leaks, haven't had any other kind of issues at all. No frame problems. It pulls straight. Now granted, when we swapped out the axles, we had to realign it and all that kind of stuff ourselves. I'm running a 30 950/15 Wild Peak AT3. But yeah, so this is walk around on up top. Let me swing around this way. Like I said, we added an awning, so that is an ARB. It's an ARB 2500 awning that is basically 8 foot from one end to the other, and it extends out 8 feet as well. So it's plenty of room, and it's actually, we have a cubed in wall that goes in with it as well. And then up top, it actually came with the roof rack, and we ended up mounting a solar panel and a high lift jack on it. Excuse the dirtiness. I'm actively camping and things in it, so it's definitely not a show queen. But yeah, so we added the 100-watt panel and then a high lift jack. And the 100-watt panel does pretty good. I've got a 100 amp hour battery, and so it does what it needs to do. It could be a little bit better, but we'll see how that goes. What I'm wanting to do eventually is put a water tank under it. There's not a whole lot of room, but as you can see, that's the bottom size, and that's the timber and axle system that we've got set up. That works out really good. Yeah, so for lighting, like I said, we use an aux beam. It's a six-way switch that controls all the outside lights, rock lights underneath. It also does some of the 12-volt sockets on the inside. I'd have them switch from per side as well. And here's again on this side, it does have a door on both sides that's completely passed through, which makes it really, really nice. That way you don't have to crawl over each other getting in and out. And yeah, both sides are lockable, just standard type stuff inside, camping type things. I'll put a link in the description for some things I can think of, but it's pretty boring and basic, but I tell you what, it's better than sleeping on the ground. I have AC and heat, so it's pretty nice. This is my battery box, excuse the mess. But yeah, so I've got a 100 amp hour DIY lithium iron phosphate battery here, and I have a lot of my components, a kill switch, circuit breaker, and my charger. Everything runs in 12 volts, there's some bus bars, and then down here I've got my aux beam 6-way Bluetooth switch panel, which makes it nice so I can control it on my phone or whatever when I pull up and I'm inside. I got the switch panel as well, and basically it just folds down and locks up. I do have, like I said, solar on top. It feeds in directly, and on this side I have shore power if we ever go to like campsite or whenever I'm charging the batteries at home. Some of the things I want to do going forward, like I said, is a WeBoost system, just to get better cell service whenever we go camping and things. I want to do maybe a 270 awning on this, and then maybe switch the awning to the other side. I wouldn't mind probably changing out my lock and roll for a max coupler, just to try something different. Like I said, that one's make a little bit of noise, just get a little loose. And what else? On the inside, I wouldn't mind changing out the 100 amp hour battery to maybe a 200 one, just to get a little bit more out of it. One of my main things I want to do next is get a propane tank mounted on the side, and like I said, get a tank of water under it. and then I can do a tankless hot water shower heater. And I also want to get a shower room that would come off of it, but it's going to take a little bit of configuring the brackets to get some of that to work. Just wanted to give a quick walk around of it to show you what I've done and some future plans for it. And if you like these kind of videos, please like and subscribe. See you in the next video.